I'm Darren Janeski from Big Round Wheel Amusements. We are going to take this and turn it into this to transform this place into the ultimate family fun day. We're going to have a Ferris wheel, bumper cars, Himalaya, a Scat, the carousel, the Ships Ahoy, the water gun, the fun factory, our balloon pop trailer, the basketball trailer, 4-game, our roundup, loop-a-plane, jitterbug swing, a spinner, a Hampton car, a kiddie coaster, and don't forget the biggest surprise, our epic, spectacular stunt show for the first time at our family fun day here. With being in a tight area, there's always a challenge. It's not enough to find that we can't run off the pavement or we're on mud. Don't want the rides on mud. There's a lot of thunderstorms in the forecast for our event, around our event, and we can't have rides sitting in mud. We can't have them getting off level. A lot of times the winds will affect the level of a ride, so you level the ride like a wheel, and everything was fine when you leveled it. And then you get a few gusts of wind and the soil is not what it is when it's dry, and it throws the ride off level. And you end up with alignment issues on your rims, your drive motors and all that. We can't have that. So we're trying to take advantage of everything. And then what do we get? We get a surprise of power lines everywhere. There are offsets to be off alongside these power lines. I'm not worried about the phone lines, but I am worried about power lines. I don't want to have a ride too close to them. Not a big deal. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure plumb down, and then we're going to be 15 feet to the side of the power line. That way we're not under anything. I believe the reasoning behind that is it's a ride, it's metal. Yes, it's grounded, but if something went wrong and the power line was cut and it fell, you don't want it falling on a ride that's moving, in motion, anything like that. So we're going to plumb the line. We're going to come up with a line level across, and then we're going to do a 15-foot offset, and we're going to give ourselves another mark there. And then we're going to put our ride just on the other side of the 15 feet, and that way it gives us good clearance. So that's going to determine the placement of the Ferris wheel. I've got other plans for this intersection here. This intersection is kind of where everybody's going to be walking. It's going to be very congested. So we're going to put a really fun feature in the middle of this intersection. Gives people something to look at. It's going to make the event look amazing. Plane here against the fence. Obviously, we're not at the ideal location to be setting up a small midway. It's challenging, and I personally, I love it. I love a challenge. I love when the terrain isn't right or you have to improvise. It gives me an opportunity to be creative and really make it look like a condensed little carnival. Over here, we don't have kiddie rides, so I've got our friends to bring us a few kiddie rides in here for the smaller ones. And I always try to look for every little niche, try to take advantage of the ground the way it is. And in here, I see a place to stick a Hampton ride in. So we've got a dozer here. We've got, I think we brought in 6 loads of gravel to flatten these prime areas to try to put rides. We're looking to create a midway through this little channel, make it look really cool. So in this area here, I think we can put a Hampton in here, let it hang out, and I just think stuff like that looks good. It's gonna really look like it was meant to be by the time we're done. So by the time we get this compacted and rolled out and everything, we'll be wheeling a Hampton in here to set it up, and I think it'll give it a good cozy feel into the midway. On my side. When we level this ride, there's a lot of things that we think about, and I've probably said it before. It's very genius that the front of this gooseneck of this trailer is only like 3.5 inches, so it's super thin, and they do that so the rides, they're not wasting space jacking the ride up way too high to put like an 8-inch beam on top. So I like that, and what we have to do is we have to take that curve out. So I know when they weld this at the bottom where the tractor slides, they actually heat a piece of thick steel up really hot, and then they clamp it up against and weld it in place at the ends. And then as the metal cools, it pulls a little bit of curve into the deck there. And that way, when the Ferris wheel is sitting on the tractor has a little bit of spring, and it can actually level, it ends up being level. But the problem is, when you set the ride up, you still have that drop in the front. So what we do is we level the two jacks on the front of the unit, the trailer jacks, and then we put a level up here, and we put these jacks about 1.25 inches taller, and then we lower the weight down, and that spreads the fifth wheel out and flattens it out. So now what we had to level it twice. That's how we do that. You level the landing gear, and then you level the two front jacks, and you drop the weight down. So that's how we level the ride, and that gives us a nice, flat, and smooth transition from sliding those gondolas onto the wheel, and the trailer looks nice. If you don't do that, you end up with problems. The problems are the scenery that folds down, the scenery that flaps down on the front won't make it. It'll rub. So you really have to have that flatness in the front. So it's quick and easy, and we got a smooth way of doing it. So today is day 2 of this wild transformation, taking this rail yard and turning it into a really fun family event. We got a lot of things to do today. We've got to get this carousel set up. We got the bumper cars to finish and games to get them completely placed where they're going. We've got the Ferris wheel to a stage where we're going to need to do more work to it, get the seats on either today or tomorrow, and a fair amount. I think we got our work cut out for us, so looking forward to it. People here are super excited. They know all this stuff is coming in. Every time we bring a few rides, they say, oh, wow, this looks great. And then we bring a few more in, and they're like, wow, I thought that was it. So we definitely have a big order of rides here. A lot of power consumption. We're going to go over generator needs and generator placement and grounding. We want to make sure we don't place any generators in an area where we can't drive the 2 rods into the ground. That's something to think about. We don't want oil tanks or water lines, gas lines, electricity, anything like that to be a problem. So all that goes into consideration. And then, of course, the weight that I feel whenever we do one of these corporate events, it feels like the weight of the world is on my shoulders. I have a lot of responsibility. I have to make sure that everything that happens here is perfect. Safety, appearance, placement, practicality and the way everything lays out. So there's a lot of other elements. There's other vendors that are in here, like there's going to be food trucks here that need to get in and out. There's tent people setting up tents all over the place, and we don't want to get in their way. They don't want to get in our way. So it has to be orchestrated to where everything works for everybody. So lots of stuff to think about, and I think we got a good grasp on it. So I'm looking forward to starting my day.
Hi, I'm Bill Essick, President of Upstate Inspections. I'm here at the CSX Rail Yard here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Big Round Wheel is here doing an event, and they have asked me to come in and do a complete safety inspection on all the rides that are present.
Hi, I'm Ricardo Flores.
And I'm Ziana Flores.
And we're the Fearless Flores family.
And we do the Motorcycle Globe of Death.
You heard it right, the Globe of Death. That's the big steel cage where they race the motorcycles around inside. Now, yes, I am one of the riders, but more importantly, and even cooler, she's the other rider. We're here in Charlotte. We're at the CSX train yard. We're getting ready for the family day, and we're about to get this trailer unloaded. It'll take us a good 2.5, 3 hours to get that cage set up and put together. After that, we need to go through some test runs and simple rehearsals just to make sure. I mean, it is a giant steel cage. It's a ball, and we don't want it rolling away on anybody. So we got to make sure it's all 100% good to go. We just came in. When were we in Chicago? 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just at a show in Chicago 2 days ago. We flew back home to Florida, picked up this equipment, drove up here. We're getting ready to start getting it unloaded, set up. Like I said, a good 2.5, 3 hours. Then we'll do a practice rehearsal, and we're excited. I mean, this is gonna be, we're super excited about this show. All the guests are gonna get to get right up close on that cage. I mean, I'm talking within 5 feet of that metal cage. They're gonna be able to hear the motorcycles, see the motorcycles, smell the fumes, feel the wind as we ride by. It's gonna be super cool. A lot of people have seen it online and on, at other shows or events, but here they figured out how to get it real close. And what's even cooler, right after the show, they're opening up that globe for everyone to step inside and check it out, because it's kind of a no entry zone, or it has been forever in the past. We've got special permission has been granted for everyone to step inside the steel cage. It's gonna be super cool. Nobody else ever has.
Maybe I'm a thrill seeker.
That's it. Might be a cool shot. Keep it rolling, right? Up arriba. Voy a salir en la tele.
Abajo un poquito.
I like it. See, Grandpa? Yeah.
Un poquito de rueda para atrás, ya.
So today is the day of the event. We've got all of our stuff ready. We've had a safety inspection. Everything is checking out good so far. Got a few more things to inspect. The games are stocked. We had a lot of prizes. We're expecting possibly around 1,000 people right now. That number seems to change as people RSVP. And I feel good. I think we're about 2 hours away from showtime, and it's looking good. So, getting ready to have a fun family day.
Gentlemen, girls, and boys, welcome to CSX Family Days, and welcome to the 2024 edition of the Fearless Flores Motorcycle Thrill Show. We are about to present one of the most dangerous acts in the entertainment world today, motorcycle madness inside the 14-foot steel cage known as the legendary Globe of Death. Please welcome, from Mayaca City, Florida, the Fearless Flores.
It is almost quitting time. It's been a long day. It's been hot, pretty well attended event. Um, we didn't have any issues with any of the rides, and that's always a good thing. We had a lot of good feedback from the employees and the management here. The stunt show was amazing. I had so much feedback on the stunt show. In fact, just a minute ago, several people saying, "Hey, this is a great idea," and I like to hear that. The games were busy all day long and did outstanding. So overall, very successful corporate event here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And we're going to be packing up in a few hours. We'll take a few things down tonight and off to the next event. So Sunday is going to be a very busy day taking stuff down. We're going to have a lot of stuff coming out of here, and we're going to move it. So it's good. Our crew did fantastic, always accident-free and no issues, no hiccups. It's my kind of event. So off to disassembly.